What's up, everyone? Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. If you don't celebrate the holidays, then whatever. How you doing? So, anyway, first off, if you hear an owl in the background, I don't know why. Like, I'm parked here. I'm recording this in my car, and I'm by a tree, and I've heard an owl. It's like really close by. So if you hear an owl, that's why. Um, anyway, so we're finally here. What is this announcement that I've been hinting at? What is this? You know, some people are like, what the heck is this? Well, for the past year, I've been working on a documentary on the making of not only Red Dead Redemption, but also Red Dead Revolver. I started on this in January of this year, just by gathering research, trying to figure out what happened, and then also trying to find the materials, to corroborate what I found out what happened. Videos from that time period, interviews, etc. So I've been working on it all year, and I'm planning to release it in May of 2025. I think I should be able to do it, but I want to release it right around the 15th anniversary of Red Dead Redemption, that week, because it's going to be released in two parts. So let's talk briefly about what the documentary is going to cover. Now, there's been some videos on YouTube that have covered, how Rockstar San Diego became a studio, and how it was Angel before, and how Capcom, worked with them. But they kind of really aren't going too much into detail about it. And what I want to do is go much more into detail about it and cover it from all angles. The first part will be talking about the development of Red Dead Revolver. Now, it's also the development of Red Dead Revolver and also how Angel Studios became Rockstar San Diego. So, starting at the beginning from when Angel Studios was doing graphics on different movies, to them getting into games, to them working on the port of Resident Evil 2, to working with Capcom, which eventually led to them working on Red Dead Revolver. A lot of people don't know that actually Red Dead Revolver was a Capcom game first. And some people don't realize what influence that Capcom had and the Japanese staff had. They even came up with the name Red and Dead, which is so common to us nowadays, but then back then they're like, that's a weird sounding name. And it was kind of funny to see that. So yeah, so it's covering, the aspects of that and the struggles the Japanese Capcom crew had versus the American Angel Studios crew had. They had their differences there and struggled to make Red Dead Revolver a cohesive game. And then it's going to go into Diego Angel selling Angel Studios to Rockstar, and their relation, how he met the Hauser brothers and the relationship with them, and what led him to eventually sell to Rockstar. And then the second part of the documentary, which will be longer than the first part, is going to cover basically the aftermath of Angel selling his studio, what changes were made, and the development of Red Dead Revolver. Now, that in itself is a ton of stuff that happens during that. This documentary is going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly of the development of both games, because it was not a smooth road. There were a lot of people that were mistreated. There were a lot of people that were overworked making these games, and the documentary is going to show that. Now, it's not going to be like a hit piece on Rockstar or anything, because Rockstar made some of my favorite games ever, but it's going to just show everything from a full angle. And that's why I really wanted to take the time to make this, because I wanted to make sure to give everyone kind of a fair shake and not paint, certain people in a bad light. So yeah, so that's basically the premise of it. It's going to roughly cover from the 1980s all the way up to 2011, maybe 2012, but probably around 2011 is probably when I'll end it. So yeah, so I hope you guys are excited about it. I've been excited working on it. It's been a fun ongoing project, and that's probably why there hasn't been as many. I haven't been playing as many games as I normally would, because some people are like, why is he playing any new games? Just playing the same game for a long time. And that's why I planned it that way. That way I can, really focus on this documentary on the background. This is my first kind of big project like this. I've made trailers, I've, done gameplay, but I've always wanted to make a full. It's not going to be as good as film quality, I don't think anyway. It could, maybe some people will think so. But I want to make the best kind of documentary that I can, and try to have some filmmaking aspects within it as well. So hopefully people will see that and they enjoy it. I even also included some things that are somewhat related to what was going on during the development, but somewhat not, just to kind of set the atmosphere, because I not only want to tell you guys what happened, but I also want to like try to take you back in time to when these events are occurring, so you really like, oh, this is like, oh, I remember that, or I remember this, So that's probably what I wanted to do, is to bring the atmosphere of whatever years that I'm talking about. So that's the announcement. Now I'm anticipating the first trailer will probably be in February sometime, and I might release another one in March or another one in April. Well, definitely one in April, but maybe not in March. I don't know. But definitely, yeah. So definitely, for sure, February and April, there's going to be trailers for it, highlighting different aspects of the documentary. And then in terms of progress-wise, like, where am I at? Because they're like, damn, this sounds like a really big project, and it was. And I'm glad I gave myself a year to do it, because there was so much stuff to find, and so much stuff I had to even decide what to put in and what not to put in. And so, in terms of progress, the first part is done, pretty much. I just got to make an intro for it. It's the part, like, with Red Dead Revolver, that part's done. In terms of Red Dead Redemption, let me see, I got 2005, 2006, 2007, and part of 2008. So I would say I've covered maybe about 3 years of development for that one. But the thing is, 2008, 2009, 2010, a lot of stuff happens. Not only like with the game, but stuff internally with Rockstar and that whole dynamic. So yeah, so that's probably going to be what takes longer. But I am going to have it out by the anniversary. That's the goal, and so far I'm making good progress towards that goal. So anyway, that's the announcement, guys. I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited, and I hope you guys will enjoy that. So anyway, I'll see you next time.